All right, all right. Let's see what's happening here, peeps. Happy Friday. In case you tuned in earlier, that was the ersatz morning start to the show. We had to have a fake start. It's sort of like that happens a common problem in middle-aged men. While speaking about middle-aged men, judge introduces Trump to the witness stand. He inserted fingers into Carol's vagina. The vagine, as Borat would say. He testified for less than 3 minutes. I did not stick my finger in that woman's cooch. We're looking at a 160-year wound that won't heal. The Civil War. They're trying to goad us into a civil war now, or at least talk about it and make us say this is a stupid idea, right? Okay, so Steve Bannon, you're screwed. He has evidence of fraud, his bank account, so he's having a bad day. And then Gavin Newsom's roaming around South Carolina, a place that I'm sure he finds very distasteful. He's such an effete, just, ugh. He's going to come swooping in to try and beat Trump. I'll bet him and Hillary are going to have a battle royal at the convention. Mark my words. You heard it here first. And on the Republican side, they've moved to crown the Don after only 2 states. As I always say, it ain't over till it's over, and the fat ladies sing. Alabama executes men with nitrogen gas. It's the first time it was used. Well, now we've got the other article for the anti-death penalty crowd who says it took 22 minutes to die and he convulsed in a chair. Man, I'm just going to be... cry me a river, you know. The guy's a demented murderer. He killed someone. I don't know what horrible task he used to do that, but the guy's a bum, man. And he I don't know. It's tough because we put innocent people in jail on a regular basis. I'm very conflicted about this. One of my co-hosts spent 23 years in jail because his mom and her boyfriend killed his father. Irish. Many of you are familiar with him, seen him many times on the show. Um, it was really kind of a strange thing to meet him. It's changed my mind, but especially in a case if there's any videotape involved, like especially like these child molesters and stuff. If you've got evidence on video of someone doing this, I say bypass, no appeals after that, because it's proven beyond the shadow of the doubt. Although that line, got to think about this. With AI now, I just read the article. There's pictures of young boy. There's pictures of Taylor Swift, and apparently she's doing porn, but she's not. It's AI. Somebody stuck her head on somebody else. And so now they're using Taylor to do naughty things that no Taylor would never do in real life because we know Taylor's a nice girl. And we can take her home to mom. She might do something in the car on the ride over, I'd hope. But anyhow, I'm looking here at the news. Shocking moment: a boat full of migrants runs ashore in La Jolla Beach, San Diego. Lovely neighborhood. I don't know if you can see it, but they're all cruising up. They're like, hey, where can I get a towel? You know, what can I tell you, people? It's just getting very weird out there. And as I've said before, you know, it just uh, seems like Carlin was right almost about every possible thing you can be right or wrong about. Um, I don't know what to say. It's just very strange times we live in. And that was shocking only to the guy writing the story. The people who live there see this shit every day. I was driving with Gina Adams and Toby last October to go to the immediate family premiere in San Diego, and there's signs up there, and there's a big military base, but they show all these like a cartoon family of illegals, we'll call them, to offend and annoy someone out there. Anyhow, we've also got news here that the growing evidence that EVs are fading fast. Well, great idea, just not ready for prime time, man. You can't do it. Not too many people. It's just not there. The battery technology. You know, Elon's a badass, and these are wicked, interesting cars. But first off, they're ugly as sin. Nobody who's seen like a Cadillac, the BMW or the Audi would want to buy that one. And I don't know that their battery technology is any better or worse. We have no way of knowing until you buy it. but I know the battery's 30 grand. They may have cut the costs now through more economy of scale, but I don't know. There's also news that there is a brain implant company violating hazardous transport rules. It's a Musk. Oh, it's jump on Elon day. They're going to pound him. Here's a negative article for you who don't read and parse the news. He was fined for violating U.S. Department of Transportation rules regarding the motion of hazardous materials. Yeah, they failed. They didn't register. It's all these are just process things that nobody worries about. It's only flammable fluids that could blow up, xylene, really bad stuff. But they'll get it underway. They'll get it sorted out. I don't know about you, but I'm not getting on Elon's Neuralink stuck in my head. I just don't. I don't think that will end well for me or for Elon or anybody else. Um, so everybody who's on here, I have a good guest today. I have the talented Andrew Dean, and he is an ISA person who's been doing this shit for a long time. I've looked a little bit at his bio, and um, the guy's a great talent, and we'll be talking to him at the half hour. We'll be going on talking to him. Cross burning in South Carolina. That's kind of interesting that Gavin Newsom, the governor of South Carolina, or of California, excuse me, is in South Carolina and some hillbilly redneck screwball is burning crosses. Both veterans bought a nice house and then some jackass came and stuck a cross in their yard. Unbelievably. Just come on, people. Shit's got to stop somewhere. It's just, we live in, all I can say is if you want people to act normal, treat them normal. God almighty. And we've got this is kind of a weird story. Okay, we're done with that. There is one thing. I'm not even going to go back over this story. The guy who runs WWE has apparently been sex trafficking, and he's doing an Amber Heard, and that's the most polite way I can put it. Andrew Heard, whatever her name was, Johnny's girlfriend, who had, you know, took a dump on the bed. Apparently, McMullen defecated on the head during threesome. It's no way to go through life, son. I'm telling you, man. And we have a Brazil police probe into Bolsonaro's ex-intel chief for illegal spying. Isn't all spying illegal by its nature? 87 degrees in Spain. Clutch your pearls. We're all going to die. There's record fog in the USA, which I will tell you that is the truth. I have got fog. I can't see the ocean, and I'm about a half a mile off of it as the crow flies. I can't see nothing. I don't see any New York on the north. I see nothing to the east. Uh, Back here, we have graphic AI pictures of Taylor. I'm not going to show those. Now, George Carlin's estate. I brought him up. Interesting. He's in the news today. Let's see what they're saying. George Carlin Estate sues creators of AI generated comedy special in a key lawsuit over stars' likenesses. And they put on an hour-long special called George Carlin, I'm Glad I'm Dead. His daughter's saying, no, 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 I didn't hear shit about this. They took all of his work, put it into an app bot, and then they trained a fucking AI chatbot. Pardon me for my language, but this is just absurdity. And believe me, the record industry out there in Los Angeles and here in New York or even in Nashville, if they could kill us all and make songs that sound as good as humans make, they might not kill us all, but they'd sure cut our pay. Hmm. And for all you musicians out there, you know how much pay goes up every year, and how we never, you know, all I can say is they're going to lose this, and I'm glad because George is up in heaven going, sue the shit out of them. Kelly Carlin. I'm going to have to see if we can get Kelly on the show. It'd be great to talk to her about this kind of fuckery that they're doing. It was released on the YouTube channel of Dudesy. So it's not exactly like raking up the airwaves. It's probably got less views than my show. Anyhow, the animated George Carlin, imitating the signature style and cadence, narrates commentary over images created by AI. Ugh, pew! There are very few people out there who are good artists in real life, I can draw Beetle Bailey showing you how old I am. I can draw John Lennon. I can draw an electrical circuit diagram. I cannot, however, paint a great painting or carve a big statue of a bear in my yard out of a pine tree. Not happening. That's what we hire people for. Hell, with the way it is now, I'll just go find a couple of illegals and exploit them. Pay them $4. All right, Jay Crocker's in the house. He's getting upset with me. Where are we? Oh, are we kidding? There we are. Jay, you have to comment. Oh, I guess you can't comment down there. I'll have to look at all the comments after the show. Uh, I don't see any of them. I see that there was some made, but it doesn't say anything. So, we got interrupted for the news. Let's see if there's anything else here that we really need to know. AI is just horrible. The way it's going, they're going to have every one of us is going to be cloned, fed into the system, and they're just never going to have copyright's going to disappear. It's horrendous, really. Um, it's disturbing to be a creative person and see them just want to steal your shit. It's bad enough when Napster came out, and like YouTube in itself, I'm broadcasting over it, but they stole everybody's shit, and it's not cool. You got a lot of talented people out there making great music, and and writing books and talking in a certain way. If you're a comic, I know this: they don't want to take my voice because the real one will be more disturbing than anything they ever wished for. I would be glad to have them on the air. It's the best way to talk to these shitheels in the industry. They really hate the light. That's why you have to meet them in darkness, skanky little bars everywhere, so you can slip over the handful of money. Not that that ever happens in the record biz anymore, but I was trying to get back, see if there's any news. We're just about at the break, and we're going to see if there's anything other thing. Oh, Walmart shoppers horse and buggy stolen while inside Michigan store. Again, it's getting weird, people. That is a strange headline. Let's see. We've got anything else here? 87. It's warm over in Spain. Putin's threatening war. Maybe they ought to just I don't know. I guess there's 5 or 4 Putin doubles running around, but can't we shoot them? Just take them out. Maybe their own people should do that. I'm going through the Texas defies Biden by recruiting volunteers to bolster the border fight. Great. Um, Here's one that I have mixed feelings. First off, anybody out there like those traffic cameras? They suck. I got one and fought it in court because I stopped to make a right turn and the thing clipped me and said that I had run the light, which I didn't. Um, Anyhow, that was a long time ago. I haven't had a ticket in a long time. But in Italy, I hate these things worse. The speed cams on the interstate. These really suck. They'd snap a picture of your license plate, picture of your face from the side, and there you go. Now, if you're in Italy, I wouldn't suggest you do this. But the last time I got a parking ticket in Rome, they're going to have to come get me. I don't know what to tell them. I was parked in the hotel's parking area. I was supposed to be there, and they ticketed me. Almost as bad as being in Milan on the other part of the same trip and driving out of a record store parking lot. Had to go over the grass thing. They gave me a token or something to put in the parking thing, and the arm would not go up. I tried to go over there and hold it up, get my wife the time to drive through, but it didn't work. So we would, remember a rental car has the highest ground clearance, fastest acceleration, quickest braking of any car on the planet. I don't care if you have a Ferrari. As long as I got a rental car, man, it's cool. So in California, this really sucks talking about things that piss me off. Bill would require speed limiting devices in California cars. And this is this joker who's coming to the East Coast because he wants to win. He's like having a saggy, crap filled diaper on you everywhere you go. What a buzzkill he is. Jesus, God almighty. All right. Well, I'm going to put something up here to pay the bills. And we like to do that around here. We've got some great advertisers, and we're going to start. If you need a picture taken, Nancy Kravis is your girl. She will be right with you.
There's some changes headed, like the Gulf Stream rising, like some gale that's been blowing off this wild bird island shore. And I can't say where, and I don't know when, but some old door's been opened in the restless shade.
Like a melting flake of snow this year, I won't be sad to see it go.
Hi, I'm Darren F. Flynn, a singer-songwriter from Ireland, and I'm on Live with Neve.
I would have said it couldn't happen here. The people we
All right. We are back, and Andrew Dean is in the house. We're going to be talking to him about country and music and Issa and all kinds of cool stuff. Bring him on. Add to. Hey, man, how are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm going to get rid of this garish elf thing behind us. Good Lord, that is scary at this hour of the morning. Okay, let's get rid of that. Here we go. This will be a much more, yeah, there we go. Much better. It's the sun rising, as it's not today. But so, how are you today, Andrew?
Well, it is raising. It is coming up here. I mean, we're going to be at about, I think, close to 84. So, yeah.
Where are you?
Oh, we're soaking up the sun down here in Florida right now.
Oh, geez. Okay. So, where are you in Florida? It's my other home state.
Well, we're kind of central Florida. We're about an hour north of Tampa.
Okay. Ocala, Silver Springs.
A little further south than Ocala. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not at the Villages, are you?
No.
I've heard that's quite a wild place there.
Yeah. Well, no.
Is that like the home of all the Yankees who become Florida men?
Yeah. Well, no. I'm actually in a little town, a little cow town. So
cool.
And I'm happy here. We play so much and do so much. It's nice to sit back a little bit.
Yeah, I like Florida in the wintertime. I got all my family and kids, and being a crazy person, I moved from there back to New Jersey for New York City. And that year, I brought all the snow with me, and people were cussing me because they said, "Well, you brought all the snow. It's not snowed here in 2 years." And the day I drove up, it started snowing down around South Carolina, and I'm driving up the coast on 95 in this blizzard. And when I got here, I was just like, Christ. So, do you have family and friends down in the Florida area?
Well, I got a lot of friends. My family's in Ohio. So
okay. In what part of Ohio?
Up by the roller coaster. It's up by Sandusky. Up by Cedar Point, up around that way.
Yeah, the big lake recreational area with the roller coasters and all that good stuff.
Yep.
I passed through there, but I didn't stop. I was on my way from Erie to Chicago, I believe. And along the way, I think I passed through there. I vaguely remember seeing something about the roller coaster. You piqued my memory. Pretty cool. So, how did you get started playing music? Where did you come from? And tell me a little bit about that. When did you start? How did you start? And
let's go all the way back and standing in front of the stereo playing the yardstick. The good thing about that was when the yardstick was in my hand and I was playing the yardstick, my mom wasn't using it, if you know what I mean. So, I mean,
yes. Yes. Where's
Yeah.
that yardstick, Andrew?
Well, it's in
I
my
don't know. I
hand.
haven't seen it, Ma.
It's in my hands. Soon to be broken. you know.
Yeah. And was Mom encouraging of your musical desires?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And in fact, my mom was a church organist, and we had a grand piano in the front room, and she could play anything. You just say something. I don't care if it was Duke Ellington or what it was. Boom, she was on it, and it was like. So I
Wow.
grew up with that. My dad's family, they all sang. So I mean,
Okay. They
when
do
we'd
it
all
like
get
they
together,
sing
we'd
in the
be
church, a gospel thing.
well. No, they when we all got together as a family, they would sing like hymns and stuff around the. Boy, I really got a vocal training listening to all of them and how they were because there was a
Sure.
baritone, there was a tenor, there was a alto and soprano
It's
and
really great for a young mind to get exposed to that at such an age. You really, I like you. I started at a really young age too. Playing, I'm a drummer, and
mhm.
I started banging on stuff, getting the nuns to slap me around, tell me to quit banging on shit during class. And I'm a natural lefty, as is my daughter. But back in those days up here, you had they tie your hand behind your back. They never tied mine, I have to say,
Oh
but
man.
the threat of it, I was afraid of the Penguins anyway. The Blues Brothers is the best movie to show people how scary the nuns could be. They would throw you down the stairs back in the 60s. Absolutely. They'd
Oh man.
slap you with a ruler or whatever they had. And I mean, those, they don't play. So,
Oh
needless to
man.
say, I have good manners and I try to. Occasionally we get tested. I think it was a Georgia guy who said he'd lose his religion. I love that term. I've felt it many times. So, what are you doing right now? Are you got a band that you go out and work with, or do you do mostly singles gigs? What's
Well, I do a little bit of everything. Right now, I'm doing a lot of duo work, and solo work. I also have worked with the Nashville band, of course, and so I
mhm.
mean, it's uh,
Is there a lot of work in Central Florida for you?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But we did, of course, a couple years back, we did 19 states.
Okay, well, very nice. Do you have an agent you use? Do you have an agent that you use? Or are you frozen? Andrew once. Oh, I'm gonna remove him. I'm gonna bring him back. Yeah, Andrew's having some video problems, but he'll be right back. Andrew, all I can say is you might want to log off and log back in. Some kind of internet, sun solar flare activity or whatever it is that's causing us some disturbances in the force. You can feel a ripple. All right. I'm sorry I'm yawning. I got to bed about 4 o'clock and I read like all night. I have a good friend of mine who sent me a new book, which is always cool. Andrew, you might wonder, this is an old new book. It is by John Steinbeck, Travels with Charlie in Search of America. Interesting book. He talks about going around the country and his observations of the human experience. Andrew, I'm going to get him out of here. I'm going to kick him out. You should. No, I don't want to ban him. I don't want to ban him at all. I just want to get him to sign off and sign back in. All right. Well, in the meantime, we do have some other ads that we should be running. Oh, I see a comment that I might be able to read. Thanks, Jay. I finally see your comment. I'm not sure how, but glad you're here, buddy. Um, hope all is well with you people in Florida. I just heard the governor's come up with some other cock and bull down there. Um, I don't know where. God Almighty, this guy is bad. Where is it? There's a story out of Florida. He's banning something else. Oh, they're going to ban children under 16 from social media. Um, I have to straighten my glasses. It's driving me crazy. Look at that. I think my head's funky. Anyhow, um, yeah, I think that's kind of a boneheaded move. Words don't hurt people. Thoughts, learning what stupid is, seeing it in front of you and seeing people respond to it. All right, he's back in the green room, man. Here he is.
We're back.
Andrew's looking good too, man. You look so Florida. Shit, I ought to go grab my hat. Is that a Gone Country cowboy hat?
Is that a what?
Is that a Gone Country cowboy hat?
I'm a .us.
.us. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a member. And I pimp their hats. In fact, before the next break, I'll have to go get my hat. That's a
Well,
nice
yeah.
hat, though. Very
Well,
nice.
Thanks.
I wear it up here, my cowboy hats, and people are like, "What in the hell are you?" I said, "I identify as a black man who's a lesbian."
Ah.
What can I tell you? I'm kind of an odd duck, but I have my fun on my own time. Yeah, that's really stupid. I think I'm trying to read. We got some people here, but you're in the green room. I love it. So, as you were growing up, you were, say, you were 8 to 10 years old. How was your musical career unfolding? What were you doing at that point?
Well, one day my mom heard me singing, and she, of course, was in church and all. So it was like, you're going to get in the choir. She said, just let me tell you, if you make a mistake, just make it a loud one. Make it a loud one. She says, at least you're doing what you got to do here. So it got to the point I started developing my voice, and I was really singing loud. And she kind of told me, well, now you could tone it down a little. We want to hear everybody.
Mm-hmm. It's a funny thing. It's hard to get voices together to where they, after a couple of rehearsals, it usually happens. But it's such an art, delegating parts to people. And if you have somebody who's really got good ears, they can, pick those fifths and sevenths out all the time.
Oh yeah.
I'm not that guy. I can write, like I sing, so I can do baritone. Tell everybody what to sing, it'll sound good. But I usually rely on having a great singer around, like you. Somebody who's a natural. I'm the kind of singer who's just done it because I have to since I was a kid, and I'll be damned if I'm going to lose a gig because I don't have a singer. If I have to, I'm going to get paid. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And,
I'm the same way with the guitar. I'm a strummer, but if I got to go through it, I go through it. We do what we got to do.
Did your church have drums?
No. It was a traditional church with an organ and pipe organ, as a matter of fact. And but now later in life, I did get involved with the church that did have all that going on. So
it's interesting. A lot of Baptist churches down there won't allow drums in. And I found out the hard way because I was in a Baptist band like 20 years ago in Florida. I'd sold this little church a PA system, and they started paying me to come play drums. I had tuned out the sound system and played drums along with the choir so they get used to their monitors and stuff. And I just ended up with a gig there, and it was pretty weird. I got paid, and they complained about my earring and so forth, but it was an easy gig, I gotta say, I played a lot of the old, Southern, that old Rugged Cross and all these other real old hymnals. But we went to one church. We were getting paid to go itinerant from church to church. We got there, and we don't allow no drummers in our place. Told them it's a good thing, and how much for the little ones? No,
yeah,
it was,
brother, I've walked into places with my cowboy hat on. It's like, we really don't like country around here,
Yeah,
I love that kind of crowd because if you can get them involved and get them going,
there's always a way to win them.
They like you,
Yeah, absolutely. And also, people respect the fact that you just dive in. I eat hecklers for lunch if I have to, but I'd rather just buy them a beer and here, shut up and drink this beer for a little while.
Yeah.
But so tell me, are you married?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I did.
I'm done.
Yeah. How long have you been married?
26 years.
Wow.
Yeah, how about it?
Yeah. You can add another 10 to my longest marriage. I'm working on the next dissolved home. No, I'm kidding you.
Oh man.
I'm joking. I've been in the same relationship for 8 years. We might as well be married. In fact, God only knows why we're not. Probably because both of us got divorced a couple of times and it works real well. But I give it to you. 26 years is a long time. You have kids?
Oh, yeah. Well, we do. And I'll tell you, my poor wife, she deserves a medal. I'm telling you right now. She puts up with a lot from me.
I think all wives put up with a lot from their guys, don't
Yeah.
you? I mean,
Yeah.
we're all got our little bit of skunk in us, and it's good to have women around. They are a moderating influence generally in civilization, but nowadays they're so bent in the head, man. Everything they're not very resilient. The young ones.
I can tell you, I offered her a gold medal, and then she threw it at me. So I'm going to tell you, and the gold medal was a bag of flour, about yay big, gold medal flour,
Oh man, she dusted you.
and she dusted me.
How old is she?
Well, she's what was that question?
How old was she when she banged you
Oh,
with the?
how old was she? Well, uh, let's just say old enough to know better, but too young to care. How about that?
Okay, I had two daughters, so I know that around the age of 13, man, and I had my young child bride. I had my trophy wife, and she was like 23, and I was 40. Boy, you can do some dumb stuff, and I sure did. Boy, that match lasted 5 years though, long enough to produce an heir.
Well,
A
you've
strong,
got
masculine child, 6'4", hot
there you
dog,
go.
eat a pack of hot dogs at a sitting. Smart kid. He's a lot of fun. He's
Cool.
really, considering he's my kid, he's been remarkably good. And I'm kidding you. Both of my daughters are excellent. They're both professionals. I love them to death. When they were young, they both did the kind of shit kids do. But I was lucky. I look at people out there in the world and I see some of their kids. They're out there. And my kids, I'm just glad, in spite of me, my ex-wife and I both always could agree on the kids. While we couldn't always agree on religion or a lot of different things like that, you know, and I was a rock and roll guy. I could have behaved better in my younger years.
Oh, brother, now, I got stories on that one, but I probably am not
Yeah,
going
I've
to.
kind of
I'm not
like,
going to get into them, but
I don't get into him anymore because I realize I can hurt somebody by
yeah,
accident or
yeah.
just, you never know what can come out and slip out. It's like I don't drink anymore, but when I did, and I see a lot of my friends still, they get hammered. And, if you want to find something out about somebody, go out and ply them with some liquor, man. You usually get a lot more pliable.
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
mean,
one of those. Did I say that?
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, what kind of guitar you play?
I have a Martin.
Very
And
nice.
I've got about altogether. I think I have 20 guitars, 2 ukuleles, a lap steel, 3 or 4 keyboards, and
Nice.
way too
Nice.
much stuff.
I
Try
have
to
way
play them
too
all at
much
once.
stuff too. In fact, I have a friend of mine in New York who's a guitar fish. He knows what things are valued at. So
Mhm.
he's maybe going to come and buy. I don't even know how many I've got. Some like you, I got somewhere between 20 and 10, maybe like 17, I think. But when I go up and start digging through the cases, and I'm like, oh, I forgot I had that one. And they all need one, two little, they need some tweaking. One might need to have an intonation done. But it's funny. The cheapest guitar I've got is a Gibson or an Epiphone Les Paul with one big humbucker on it, like Leslie West.
Yeah.
That thing it stays in tune. You can beat it on the floor. It's just an incredibly resilient guitar.
Uh-huh.
Um, so what's your favorite like electric guitar? You have a Les Paul and a Strat, all that kind of stuff.
Well, I've got a. It's actually, believe it or not, I've got a Yamaha that I
Hmm.
like a lot. That's electric. Um,
Nice guitars, like
it's
Carlos
and it,
Santana.
the setting on it is so smooth. I mean, it really is.
Right.
It's very smooth. So
Cool. Well, and do you have a gig tonight?
I've got a gig about every night. So yeah, we're off to the races later today. So
Excellent. I
always,
think one good thing that COVID caused is, I don't know about down there, but up here it's all bankers hours, 6 to 10, 6 to 9. I love that, man. Not
yeah.
having, we're old people. I'm an old guy, man. I'm gonna have to retire to Florida, get a little bungalow, walk around in my shorts with a walker,
Oh
piss
man.
people off.
So you got your Bermuda shorts? Is that what
No,
you're
right
telling me?
now, even though I'm wearing a shirt, I'm actually naked from the waist down now.
Oh, okay. So you stay
I'm
seated.
kidding. I'm kidding. Totally. No, but I will confess that I'm wearing my pajamas from last night.
Well, there you
Uh,
go.
you
Be
know,
comfortable,
it's
right?
like they're really comfortable. And I didn't go down to the studio because I'm having some issues down there with the show. So actually, I'm just doing it off an iPad, and it's running remarkably well. Other than our original, I don't know what happened with that first show, but um, if does your daughter play any instruments?
She used to play piano. Now she's just and she's a manager at a dental
Oh,
place.
okay,
So,
cool,
oh yeah,
great.
yeah.
You got grandkids?
Actually, yes, two.
All right, me too. It's a
Cool.
wild world. I have, it's great. My two grandkids are awesome. One plays bass and is a musician, and the other one's a little tiny thing, but she's playing piano. So
Oh, nice.
they're both great kids, and they're both talented. And I'm always there to, well, I'm there to harass them. Play, practice, practice. I don't want to be too heavy on them because my mom wasn't like that with me. She just said, as long as I know where he's at, he's not getting in trouble.
Well,
And
there you
so
go.
our house was the band house where we'd have everybody in the garage, and they'd be
Cool.
like, "Hi, Mrs. V." So, did you have a band when you were young and in your teens and so
Well,
forth?
I got into rock bands back then, and yeah, we had some pretty intense stuff going on. I had a small fella playing guitar, Danny,
Was
playing
he
guitar.
small, like in dwarf sized? Was he two or
No,
three feet?
he was just really light. So it's like he would be playing his riff, going crazy on something, and I would pick him up and carry him. You know,
Oh, okay.
it was
Sort of like
you know
Ozzy
all that good
carrying
stuff.
Randy Rhoads around.
All that good stuff. I mean,
Cool.
I think one of the most wicked events though was we had a stage set up at a place, and the light man come over and he's like, "What?" And I said, "What you doing, Scott?" And he says, "Well, I'm putting the flash in for the gunpowder in for the flash." I said, "Shouldn't you measure
Oh,
that? Shouldn't you measure that?" He goes, "No, I'm good. I'm good." I said, "Okay."
oh
He
man, I know
set
where
that
this is
thing
going.
off. We blew a hole right in the roof.
Did he? Was the mortar intact after it shot? Because I
It went right up through the roof, and we blew a hole. The owner came over and looked up at the hole and looked at us and said, "You're paying for that." And
oh
we all
shit.
went, "No, he's paying for that." Now, here's the crazy thing about it. I ran into him a few years back, and he's selling fire alarms. How about that for a irony?
Yeah, that's kind of he's a pyrotechnics guy.
Oh,
I've always been afraid of the pyro guys because I've seen that happen before, and I've seen it's like you'd think a drummer was doing it because like the guy went up there and poured like a whole shitload in, and it lit up fucking horrendous. It did not go through the roof, but it did blow the fucking mortar apart. So there was chunks of metal. If somebody had
oh
taken a
man.
fucking chunk of
You know,
shrapnel, it would have. And
they always
bands
want to
they never get insurance.
they
They're
always
like,
want to put that stuff behind the drummer too, by the way,
oh yeah, yeah. I actually had a floor tom catch on fire. They put a par can right up against it. Had
Oh
a
wow.
plastic wrap around it. Beautiful premier drum kit.
Oh
All of a sudden,
man.
I smell this. I'm like, what the fuck? It caught fire. I turned the light away, unplugged it. I'm like, God damn it! And
Ah,
kept playing. And that was a long time ago. So when you were younger, did you have any? Did you guys do any rock and roll? Did you trash any hotel rooms? Crash any cars?
no, we trashed stages. That was our thing. We'd build a stage so we could trash it. I had
Good.
an old Evie guitar that was a hollow body inside. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding you when I say this. I had a little springboard in it, and I just hit a wang on a couple chords, and I put a knife through it, and it would bleed. I put ketchup pack in there. It'd bleed.
Oh,
That was a
great.
big thing. Oh yeah, how about that?
Very Alice Cooper, man. I dig
Oh
it.
yeah.
Dig
And
it.
then I also had go to the magic shop and get the finger cannons, come out and throw a flame out. Oh yeah,
You're
all
right.
that good stuff.
Well,
Yeah. Well, it was
I
a
like the.
show. It was a show.
Oh yeah. I'd see them now. They've got the pyrotechnology enhanced where you can get a flamethrower about this big. You can shoot 30-foot balls of flame out. I have
Oh
no
man.
idea why I need this, but I told my girlfriend I was going to get one. She's like, "What are you going to do with it?" And I said, "I have no idea, and it won't involve alcohol, but my friends will have the alcohol, and I'll be the dedicated driver. I don't designate it. Excuse me." But yeah, fire is something all of us kids, get our experience until you maybe get burned or
Oh yeah.
something happens.
Yeah. It has to be respected for sure.
The I like when they put a strobe light on the drummer as well. You know, you can first 3 rows we have people getting into epileptic seizure
Yeah, I'm
activity.
just ready to say that.
I'm sorry, it's like it's a wicked world out there. You know, I've got
Yeah.
some people trying to tune the frequency of it. We got to get to right here. That'll really send that guy up. um, well, I appreciate you coming on. You want to play a song or anything? You got a guitar handy?
Well, no, I don't have one right with me right now, but I can
That's all
tell
right.
you, I got a new project coming out. It's going to drop probably next month,
Okay.
and so the album is going to be Looking Ahead. That's going to
Mm-hmm.
be the name of it, and it's got some really unique stuff. It's kind of a lot more me than it is the type of music I did previous, which is
Right.
some kick-ass stuff, but this is
It's
pretty
always
good
about
too.
finding your own voice for sure.
Well, I think you have to evolve. Your music
Yes,
has to evolve, and
absolutely.
anybody who's been in the business for a while, if it
Change
doesn't
is the
evolve,
one constant, man. You always have something new to learn, and
sure.
people, ask you to play a song, and if we don't know it, you learn like some Bruno Mars.
Oh yeah, well there you go,
Had to
there
learn
you
that
go.
dun dun dun
Oh yeah,
dun dun. That
oh
hit he
yeah.
had a couple of years ago. It's required dance material for the I did say the 30 through 70-year-olds.
Yeah, well
That
that'd be like Uptown Funk, something like that.
Yeah,
That's probably
Uptown
what you're
Funk.
thinking. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
great dance song.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Well, thanks a lot for coming on. Where can people get your stuff?
Mainly on my website at
Oh,
www.andrewdean.us. That's like United States, as well as any major platforms of Spotify or any of that. You can go and
great,
get it.
great.
So
Well, when you have the record out, go ahead and if you'd like, send us a copy, and we'd be glad to play it and talk about it. And we'll have you back the day you're doing it. We'll have you back on for a 12-minute segment, and we'll talk about it. And
cool.
yeah,
Cool.
if you need anything, give us a call. We sell really cheap ads. That's as far as I'll go. If you're interested, send me a direct message. You saw one. We do all the
Mhm.
production. We're the cheapest in the universe. Like literally, we will. Whatever we have to do, we'll get somebody's business. I'm a
Well,
musician too, so we're like when I say we're fair, we're
oh, I
fair.
get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
It's a tough. Everybody to do something. It's so hard for any band, and whether you got 5 people, that's just 5 more mouths to feed. But it's the same thing. If you're not promoting the shit out of it, you're not going to get people in. And nowadays, that's all they want us for is get these people drinking. And
Oh yeah. Well, it's
that
$5,
pays the bills.
$5, $5, $5, $5.
Yep. Nothing like a good crowd of drunks and rock and roll,
There
man.
you go.
Yeah, well, thanks for being on. I got to play a couple of spots in advertising for people who have paid, and I'm going to go ahead and roll it. But like I said, give us a call, and we'll have you back anytime. I look
All right,
forward to
Neve. It
hearing
was great
your
being with you.
record.
It was
Thank
great
you,
being
sir.
with you.
All right, stay kind of cool down there.
Well, I'm in air conditioning.
Well, yeah, that's true. Cheers, my friend.
We'll see you.
All right, Andrew Dean. Check out his page, Andrew Dean. He's got a bunch of his songs and stuff. He's a good songwriter and very talented performer. Let's see. Oh, we had some advertising that we didn't quite finish.
There's some changes headed like the Gulf Stream rising, like some gale that's been blowing off this wild bird island shore. And I can't say where, and I don't know when, but some old door's been open in the restless shade. Poor man sagging cigarettes takes the subway home. Rich man folding old regrets steps on the rundown below.
We got one more. Come on. We got some more commercials here. We got to run, you people. Let's see. Here we go.
Hey guys, my name's Eli Alger, and I'm here on Live with Neve.
That is a cool guy. I'm gonna have him back on. And here is something for Gone Country Hats. I'm Neil from Live with Neve. We have an exciting connection for our veterans, country music fans, and there is something for everyone. Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. That's right, we've partnered with Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. See you soon.
Hello there, my name is Andreas Hellqvist, this is Daniel Olsson, and we're live with Neve and having a great time.
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve, Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
All right,